Hey y'all. All right. I see y'all popping in. Let's go. Okay. Let's see. I haven't gone live in so long. Okay, there you go. I pinned the comment. Hey Kobe. Hey guys. Hey everybody. All right. I see you guys popping in. Okay. Yes. All right, Kobe. I'm going to talk a little bit and then I'm going to send you the request to come in. Just bear with me, guys. I have not gone live in so long. And also, this ring light that's holding my phone isn't the sturdiest. So I'm just hoping that nothing happens while we are live. But please forgive me if my phone does fall. All right. So let's see. Okay, so I think we're good like that. All right, dope. All right, y'all. So happy, what's today? Wednesday? Happy Wednesday. I can't keep track anymore. Happy Wednesday, guys. I'm so excited to be on here. I'm bringing all this positive energy this evening. And definitely want to talk to you guys about some dope stuff. Give me 1 second. Let me just close my door because I see it in the shadows. All right, dope. All right, so I'm excited to be doing this live this evening. Thank you guys who have joined. Hopefully you guys stick with us till the end. This is definitely going to be a dope session. I promise you we won't keep you on here longer than we should. Hey Willie. We definitely want to bring some really good information for you tonight. And yeah, just some life-changing things. So I've been on my coaching journey, which has been amazing. So for those of you who don't know too much about my background, I was in corporate finance for 18 plus years. And sorry, you can see the ring light in my glasses. Let me see if I can lower this light just a tiny bit without my phone falling. Ooh, that's too dark. All right, hold on a second. Oh, it's like it's either really bright or really dark. Okay, I hope that's better. So yeah, I want to see your comments. So if I take off my glasses, I cannot see you guys' comments because that's how my eyesight works right now. But anyways, so yeah, so my background is in corporate finance, and I was in corporate finance for about 18 plus years. Not the dream career that I wanted, but I'm very grateful that I fell into it because I was able to take care of my family and have a stable income coming in. So what I've done is I've taken all of my experience and now I utilize it to teach others about finances, which is very important. We all know during the pandemic, thank you, Kobe, we all went through a lot of issues financially. A lot of us got laid off from our jobs. A lot of us didn't have our businesses set up properly, so we couldn't take advantage of some of the recovery loans that were being offered by the government and things like that. So, I want to come in and assist in that because I don't want that to happen again to any of us. So that's a part of the reason why we're here tonight. So I'm definitely been embodying my business development coaching hat. And I'm very excited for this journey. I'm learning so much. I'm adding so much to my resume. I want to make sure that I have all the resources that you guys need whenever you want to start your business, whenever you want to retire, which is some of what we're going to talk about today. Life insurance, protecting your family, things like that. Because also during COVID, we saw, that a lot of us did lose family members. We didn't have life insurance set up. So we're going to talk about all of those dope things. I would like you guys to be engaging if possible and definitely pop in the questions. That's why I have my glasses on so I can see. So pop in your questions. And yeah, I'm going to bring in my colleague Kobe and, her and I are going to work together on answering all the questions that you guys have. You can also, hey Kathleen, you can also ask us questions off topic as well. We're here to just have a discussion tonight. So I did want to show you guys my candles. If you guys haven't taken a look at them yet, This is my, let's see, lavender haze candle, okay? And look at the inside. So yummy and amazing. And this smells incredible. This is my autumn vibes, okay? Delish, super delish. This is my winter glow. This one is really good. So this one for my nails, this is a really good fragrance for my nails. So definitely hit me up and check it out. And thank you guys for those of you who've been ordering. I have a lot of orders that have come through. So shout out to y'all. Yes, Kathleen, you have to. Yes, and this is my self-love candle. And I started with self-love last year. So I definitely wanted to keep this one because a lot of people loved it. So it has 50 to 60 hours of burn time, y'all. So they're very, very good. And look at this really cute packaging. Oh my God, I love it. So I'm so excited about that. We are in the fall season. We're going into winter. So if we're going to be cooped up in our houses, why not have the house smelling delicious, right? So definitely tap in and check out the candles. All right. So without further ado, let me invite Colby to hop on. Thank you, Kathleen. All right, let me see, because again, I haven't done this in so long. Okay. So just pop in. So today's, the majority of today's topic is going to be about building generational wealth, not generational debt. Okay, that's what we don't want to leave our family. We do not want to leave our family members any debt. Okay, so we're going to be talking about a couple ways to build generational wealth. Okay, that's what we're going to be focused on tonight. All right. Colby, I sent you an invite. Let me know if you don't see it so I can resend it. All right, that's much better. All right. You see my plants, y'all? I became a plant mom. My plants have grown tremendously. I'm so excited about that. All right. So I'm just waiting for Colby to pop in. How you guys doing though? How's everything going? How's your Wednesday evening? I got my girl P in the building. She's working on her content. Okay. It's one of those nights, honey. We are all working on leveling up. Okay, Colby said I'm trying to get in. Hang on. Okay, no problem, Colby. No problem. No rush. All right. Okay, let me see. You sent me a request. Happy Wednesday, Mr. Gray. All right, go live with Colby. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Oh, my head is
I think I did it.
Yes, you did. Let me push this back a little bit so my head is not cut off at the top.
I have to do the same thing. I'm like, wait a second, I'm too close.
Yeah, I'm so scared. This is so sensitive.
And I saw you trying to figure out the thing too. I have no tripod. So my tripod, I have the ring light with the connection. I just don't know how to connect the thing to it. So
yeah. So mine, yeah, I have one, but it's the stand that holds the phone is so weird. Okay, we lost Colby. All right, y'all. So yeah, the topic this evening is build generational wealth, not generational debt. Okay, so we're gonna talk about a couple of different areas where we can do that, because when we don't want to make this a somber topic, but when we are no longer here, we definitely don't want to leave our families with any debt, right? None of us do, right? And God forbid, anything can happen at any moment. So we want to just make sure that we're covered. All of our family, our immediate family is covered, things like that. We have beneficiaries in place, so that's very important for us to have that discussion with you all. And then we're also going to talk about retirement investing, because a lot of us are working right now, and we have what did Colby say? Okay, hold on a second. Colby sent me, hey Jessica. All right, hold on one second. Okay, hi mamas. Oh my god, I'm so scared to touch this phone. Okay, let's see if Colby comes on now. Yes, there she is.
okay, I'm back. Someone was calling me. That's why, but I'm back.
Okay, welcome.
Hey.
I'm like, I have not done a live in so long. During the pandemic, I was holding my podcast in person, but during the pandemic, we had to pivot, and I was doing a lot of my interviews live. So since then, I haven't done any. So I'm like, oh my God. But thank you for hopping on with me. Yes. I like,
Now I'm just gonna leave my phone right there. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna leave it
yeah,
right there.
put my volume also. There you go, all the way up so that I can hear you better. If this thing had like a microphone too, that would be dope, but that's like advanced technology now.
Yeah, I'm not touching it. I'm just gonna leave it right there.
Same here. All right. So I was just letting everyone know our topic of conversation tonight, which is going to be building generational wealth, not generational debt.
Yes.
It's an important conversation that we wanted to have with you guys tonight. I was just also letting everyone know that I have been sitting in my with my coaching hat on and really, embracing this new phase in my life. And, I've been working very closely with Kobe on a few projects. So I'm very excited about that. And, yes, and I'm just passionate about, just bringing education and resources, that I was able to acquire to everyone.
Right.
So that's super for me. So that's kind of what we're gonna do tonight. So like I said, I want you guys to be engaging. So ask any questions that you may have, centered around the topic. If you have a question off topic, that's fine too. It's an open forum. But I do want to introduce Kobe. Like I said, working very closely together. So he is on here tonight to help me navigate this conversation.
Yes, let's do it. I'm so excited. When you asked me to jump into this, I was like, listen, I've never done a live, but I'm all in. Like, throw the questions at me. I'm so passionate about making sure that not just our community, but like our generation knows how to create legacy. And there's so many communities out there that see the wealthy and they're like, man, what do they do for a living? How did they get here? Like, I want to be that person. And there's nobody in their community that will teach them how to do it. And that's how I actually ran into what I do in this company. And I've been with the company 12 years. I freaking love it. I wouldn't change it for the world. I run it with my mom and my husband. It's a family business. And we just really strive to make sure that people understand money, finances, and understanding the importance of generational wealth by using life insurance.
Exactly. Absolutely. Yes. I'm so excited. I love that. First of all, I love when it's a family affair. That's like my favorite thing. Kathleen, I just saw, yes, please message me. Let's catch up. But I love that it's a family affair. I'm definitely the one in my family who's always like, guys, I have this new idea. Let's work together. Do this. I can do this. Come on, let's do it. I'm always the one that's pitching all of these different things because I am a serial entrepreneur. I mean, everything is for the most part aligned with my brands and what I'm passionate about, but I definitely feel like we can start any type of business that we want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Oh, why not? And like the candles that I have, I'm actually working with my mom very closely on that. So that's going to be really nice for us. Yeah. So let's get down to nitty gritty. All right. So we are going to talk about life insurance and retirement investment tonight. So life insurance is very important, like Kobe was saying. So I know in my culture, there's not a lot of people that know about life insurance. Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of us that are like open to risk per se, right? Like putting your money into something that you don't know enough about and things like that. So I want to come on here to break that stigma,
right?
Because you need to start thinking about what's important. And if there's something that's important for you, then there is no risk. There's reward, right? Mm-hmm. So I our mindset and start thinking about that. So first we'll talk about life insurance. So I know a lot of us, in our community, in my culture, do not have life insurance and have not even thought about it, have not invested in it or anything like that. And during the pandemic, a lot of us had to go through, unfortunately, we lost family members. We had to create GoFundMe's, to be able to take care of those costs and things like that. So, that's something that really touched me. And I don't want us to go through that, in addition, leaving any debt that you have, right, to your loved ones, like God forbid, anything happens to me, my kids will have to take over my student loans, and I don't want they don't have the money to do so. So, we're here to have that conversation, okay? Yes. All right. So maybe we can just dive right in and start talking about who needs life insurance and why.
Yeah. So life insurance is like the most important thing, and most people think that they don't need it. doesn't matter if you're young or old, if you have responsibilities, it is so important for you to have a plan in place, because most people think that life insurance is just like, oh, if I die, it's for a funeral. And yeah, that's part of it, but life insurance also, like you said, covers your debts. So for those of you guys that are younger, maybe you're in college, have your parents co-signed on your student loans, or maybe your car, or some type of debt that you have, or do you have a credit card account with maybe your parents or a brother or a sister? If you die, they're coming for that person. And it's so important that you have the right kind of insurance, because after the funeral is taken care of, which typically is about 25,000 or so in cash, and most people don't know this too, but if you pass away, the morgue does not release your body until they have cash
Wow.
to actually do a service. So
Wow.
most people think like, oh, someone died, we'll do a collection. If you ever notice that they have to postpone a funeral, or, we got to wait another week, it has to do with there not being enough money. So if you don't want you don't be remembered in a way like that, then make sure that you pay $1 a day for some life insurance, so that way you don't have to worry about it. So there's 4 reasons that people get life insurance no matter what age you're at. Number 1 reason is obviously for, the funeral arrangements, the final arrangements. Number 2 is actually for income protection. Think about, if you were to pass away, it's not just the loss of your life, it's also the loss of your family not being able to have your income anymore. That's huge. So if you make 50 grand a year, 100 grand a year, two or $300,000 a year or more, your family would be losing that. So it's very important that you have a life insurance policy that covers your income. Number 3 is health. This is the biggest area where, if you're younger, oh, I'm 30, I'm not going to die. Sometimes people think that they're Jesus, they're just immortal, I ain't going nowhere, which
Right.
maybe you're not, but we all know our birth date. We don't know the day that we're going to pass away.
Exactly.
Number 3 is health. We're all one doctor's appointment away from getting unfortunate news, and once you get that unfortunate news, you probably won't be able to get insurance anymore.
Right.
And number 4 reason that people need to get life insurance is to create a legacy. If you're the kind of person that wants your kids to buy properties, own businesses, and if you look at other communities and other, different people who have a lot of money, they're passing wealth down to their children's children's children. So when they turn 18, their grandfather already left them $2 million to buy a block, or, to buy a business. So we got to do that same thing for our community as well. So I hope that answered the question, that everybody needs life insurance.
Absolutely. And that is why we cannot be mad as people and say, oh, look at these trust fund babies. Yes, trust fund babies. We want to be trust fund babies. We want our kids to be trust fund babies. Like, that is important. We should
Right.
not talk negatively about that. They were able to figure it out and set that up for their families. So yeah, I'm glad that you bring that up, because it's not only thinking about hard conversation, which is the loss of life, but it's also setting up the generational wealth for your family. Absolutely.
Right.
Yes, yes. So, okay, so let's talk about what are 3 main types of life insurance?
Yeah. So there's different kinds of life insurance. Sometimes there's some that have like a cash value or savings feature in them. And then there's some that are term policies. So when it goes into the cash value feature, I've seen a lot of, TikTok University, a lot of people who don't have licenses, who don't have any credentials, that are telling people to get these types of programs where you could maybe be your own bank, or, save inside of a policy. Be very wary of that, because if you have to borrow money from yourself, then it was never really yours. Okay, let's just put that on the line. Okay, so the different types of policies there are have cash value, and then there's term policies, but not all term policies are equal. So me personally, I would recommend, depending on your age, everybody needs something different. But my personal recommendation to 99% of my clients with over 12 years of experience, my mom has been in the industry for probably like 30 years. Okay. So I've grown up around this kind of stuff, is make sure that you get a plan where you're getting the best price for the most amount of coverage, specifically in a term policy. So that way you're saving money, and you could put that money into a private investment, maybe an index fund or a mutual fund, or something where you can actually have your money grow at a great average, or more aggressive average if you want. So that way now you have both your life insurance if you die too soon, and you have your savings if you live too long. And if God forbid something happens to you, your family keeps both. Okay, not just if you die in one and you only get one, which would be one of those cash value features. So I know it can get kind of, controversial, because people have questions about these kinds of things, but It's really a matter of making sure you have the right program that was explained and fits your family's um, dynamics.
Exactly. Yes. And I also like the part of paying less and getting more. And this is why you should, talk already, with your children, with your the younger people in your family about getting life insurance, because the younger you get it, the more coverage you get. So
Right.
that's also a very important conversation to have. Um, Okay, so what else do we got here? Let's see. All right, so typically, now that we're talking about costs and things like that, how much typically does a life insurance policy cost?
These are such great questions, Sue. So it really depends on the person's age. So life insurance goes through a number of factors. So number one is how old are you? The older you are, the more expensive it's going to be. Okay. There's a higher risk involved. So number one is your age. Number two is your health. Do you take medications for anything? Okay. Have you been hospitalized? Have you had COVID in the last 30 days or 90 days? The other thing that they're going to look at is your height and weight, BMI index. So it pays to be healthy. So sometimes I'll have people that'll say, you know what, I don't need life insurance right now. I'll get it in another 6 months. You don't know if you're going to be, listen, Thanksgiving's coming. You all better get your policies together before Thanksgiving comes because you don't want there to be something that prevents you from getting it. Go ahead. What were you going to say, Sue?
No, I said before we get stuck to all that food, right? And our
Exactly.
uh,
All my clients, I'm like, listen, just do your medicals before Thanksgiving. Like, just get it in there so we don't have to worry about it. You know, you're covered for the holidays. So as far as how much does it cost, it's based on height, weight, health. Are you a smoker? And that's multitudes of different types of smoking. Okay. So it could be, everybody has their own thing. They're looking, for like tobacco, nicotine, what are you smoking? How frequently? Hookah counts in that. Vaping counts in that. So this all changes your price with all of that. So
yeah, Mr. Gray said he's a smoker. I hear you, Mr. Gray. So that's a conversation you definitely need to be transparent about when you are seeking life insurance.
yes.
That does matter, yes. All right, and thank you for everybody that's joining. All right, so let's see, because we got some good questions here. Um, will my premium change over time?
So there are certain policies that actually do increase. That's why I said at the beginning, not all term is equal. There are certain types of term policies that increase every year, every 5 years, every 10 years, annually. The kinds that our company handles, you're locked in for 30 years if you can qualify for that, or you'll choose a bracket so that way your price ranges don't change. So as far as like how much do you change, how much do you pay, do they change over time? It really depends on the plan that you choose, but with what I recommend, the only time that our policy prices would go up is if you choose to get like bonus coverage and every year they give you like an extra, feature, no medical. So that's like a case by case scenario depending on what the client needs as well.
Gotcha. Okay, good
But
to
yes, typically it should stay the
yeah,
same.
yes. Okay, good to know. Yeah, that's good to know because we want to budget for it also, right? So we want to make sure that we're budgeting all of our finances. All right, guys. Remember, this is still a conversation based on your finances. So we want to
Right.
make sure that we're budgeting everything into our budget plan, okay, into our financial budget plan. So it's important that we know that it does not fluctuate, or it may fluctuate, but just a little bit, so it
Right.
won't change dramatically. Let's see. Okay, I know we talked about age.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the factors that we look at. So, does life insurance require a physical exam?
Okay, again, depends on how much coverage you want. So, like I'll have some clients that are like, you know what, I really my schedule's so busy. Maybe I work in the boroughs or something like that because I'm from New York, guys. I'm in Long Island. Maybe they can't really do a physical. So we actually do have two different types of programs that we could set up for our clients where maybe you don't have the time to do a medical, we can waive that feature for them. And they can get like a more basic policy where they do it based on what their medical records have shown. Or we have one where if you really want more than 300,000 in coverage, maybe you're trying to cover a mortgage, you have multiple kids, then yes, you would definitely need to do a mortgage. You definitely need to do a medical for a bigger policy. But we do have some where maybe some people are like, I'm afraid of needles. I don't want to do an exam. I hate physicals. We can waive that for you.
Okay, awesome. Good to know. Good to know. All right. What happens if, let's say, I have a late payment? What if I go through like a period of a, short financial hardship? I lose my job or something like that. What happens? my policy and my payments?
Okay, so our company actually has a feature where you can pay like an extra $10 a month. If you're in New York, this is for our New York people. You could pay like, let's say, an extra $10 a month, an extra $20 a month, and it actually creates kind of like a little savings feature. So wait, it's a lapse protection. So if someone does lose their job, they can actually get a little bit of a cushion on that to cover their life insurance. So we do have that as well.
Nice. Okay, so the coverage won't discontinue if you're putting in a little bit
Yeah,
more than every month if something happens with your employment or something like that. Okay.
right.
All right.
Or we do have some features, like I'll have clients that love to pay their policies like for the whole year, and you can actually get a discount depending on like, what plan you have. So I have some people that get a good tax return. They're like, pay off all my life insurance right now. I'm done. And you can do that too. So we have, like I said, options. And this is why it's so cool that sometimes people are afraid of to even look into it. And our company takes a very educational approach on how this all works. That way you are empowered when we set these programs up for you and you understand how it works. So that way you feel good about those decisions.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. And that's the most important thing, right? For us to feel comfortable, have
Right.
information, feel empowered, feel like we are getting into something that we understand. So that's very important. So thank you for that. Um, let's see. Oh, this is important. So I
Mm-hmm.
have children. Of course, my children are my beneficiaries. So let's talk a little bit about who should be your beneficiary and can that change?
Okay. All right. Again, case by case situation. My recommendations to clients is if you are going to put children that are under 18 as your beneficiary, that's another conversation where do you have a trust? Do you have a will? Because sometimes I'll have situations, let's just use an example as like a single mom who puts her underage kids as a beneficiary. That's an option. You could do that. But understand if you may not want that custodian, if you pass away, let's say their other parent, that you don't want them to get the money, they could have access to it. So it's very important that if you're concerned about who the other party may be that's going to have an underage beneficiary, to either have a will or a trust set up so you know who that money is going to go to in case to take care of your children, or just choose somebody who's going to be right in the right state of mind if God forbid you were to die. These are the hard conversations that we have to have. I love me and my husband, we take drives sometimes to go to events, and he was actually listening to a podcast. He listens to like a lot of Navy SEAL podcasts and stuff, and I love my husband, and he was actually listening to one that military guys have conversations, the hard conversations with their families on, if I don't come home, how do I want to be buried?
Yes.
Who do I want to be my pallbearers?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of conversations do you want to have with the kids to understand that, I fought for my country in that case. But these are conversations that our community is afraid to have with people, like, oh, I don't want to talk about my death. I don't want to jinx it. All right, well, when you die, somebody's going to be having to make these decisions because you didn't do that. You didn't have those hard conversations first.
Yeah.
So these are things where, like, if you're choosing beneficiaries, yes, you could put your children because you want to leave something behind for them. But more importantly, I think it's more about who's going to be in the right state of mind to handle funeral arrangements and paying your bills
Right.
and making sure that your kids don't get split up and put into foster care because we had the wrong people in place because maybe mom was an emotional wreck and couldn't handle it. So these are questions that whenever I meet with my clients for those free consultations, I go through this with them because nobody else does. Who else
Right.
is going to go through these important questions and just make those decisions together and hold their hand through it?
Yeah, absolutely. That's very important. And again, we know it is tough conversations to have. We know
Right.
it is, but it is super extremely important. You don't want to wait until that time comes. Then you're thinking about it hindsight. You want to have all of this in all of these plans in motion. Like
Right.
just think about it. Just like if you're running your business, everything you're doing, right? You're running your business. You are you're working for a company, you're taking care of bills. Like, just think about it like that. That's also something that you have to take care of too. That's important. It's definitely should be at the top of your list. And you also mentioned trust. So I definitely want to have another separate conversation on trust, because that's something that a lot of us also don't know about, that
Yeah.
we up for, again, to build generational wealth for our children and things like that. So that's very important. So thank you for mentioning that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay, so lastly, on life insurance, when folks are ready to, have that conversation to get life insurance and things like that, what are some of the important questions that they should be asking the life insurance professional?
Yes. So the first thing that you should be asking is, how do you handle my personal situation? I can't tell you how many times I meet with clients that have a life insurance policy, and congratulations if you have one, because most people don't. And if they do have it, they usually don't know how it works anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But what I notice is that a lot of insurance agents are out there to just sell policies and not educate the client
Right.
on what they're buying. So if you're in the market for life insurance, first of all, if you're even watching this, call Sue.
Yeah.
Why are you going to other places when you can call Sue? I mean, she's up here for me. I don't know if she's up here for you guys if I'm down. I don't know. But please call Sue. Don't play.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because why wouldn't you want to work with somebody who has a financial interest in making sure that you have the right plan that's customized to you, that covers your children, that handles your goals? That is the most important thing, because I see a lot of people that buy life insurance and they have the wrong kind of policies. It doesn't cover their kids. They got or they'll get like a $250,000 or $50,000 or $100,000 policy on their kids, and then they have like $25,000 on themselves.
Right.
If you die, who's taking care of your children with your little $25,000? I don't know if I'm making sense here, but questions to ask somebody is talk to Sue. Because the other thing too is you also want to make sure that you feel good about the decision that you're making and you understand it.
Exactly.
I've also had some people that tell me that they asked the life insurance person or advisor that they were working with questions, and the advisor gets mad at them.
Mm-hmm.
If you have somebody that you're working with that gets upset about you asking questions about how things work, that is a red flag.
Exactly.
Because
exactly.
I love not just explaining to people how things work, but I want my clients to understand the process of getting a life insurance policy and getting an investment along with it, so that way we can build that generational wealth for them. Not that they're just purchasing some policy, if they die they get money. There's so much more to it than that, and there's so many other bells and whistles and benefits that go with it, like those living benefits as well.
Yes, absolutely. And also, a lot of us get into life insurance with our employer and we don't understand it. They place the policy for us because we work for them, and sometimes we have no idea exactly how much we have in our policy, exactly how much we're paying every month, right? Because it's probably coming out directly from your check.
Yep.
So things we want to encourage you to look at as well. Because again, like Colby said, you could potentially save money if you go elsewhere. So definitely do your research, do your homework. Now that you're hearing this live, talking to us, you're getting a little bit more information about it. And check out, what you have, if you have life insurance. And also, if you don't have life insurance, talk to me. Okay.
One thing I will add about the work policy, because I just did this today. Like, I literally speak to multiple clients on a daily basis, and it was funny because I was like, I'm going on an Instagram live tonight. I'm going to talk about this. And the funny thing is that you brought it up. So she's enrolling with a new company, and she's like, can you just review my benefit package? I'm like, yeah, of course. Let's see what it says. And she gets a free life insurance. So shout out to all of you guys who take on that free life insurance, but just understand that you get what you pay for. So I'm actually going to read you what her free basic life AD&D helps her get. So an AD&D is an accidental death and dismemberment. And it literally says in here that under what circumstances are benefits paid under an AD&D policy. So I'm reading from you right from her enrollment package. The full amount of the AD&D insurance is paid for the loss of life or both hands or both feet, sight of both eyes, speech and hearing, both, and quadriplegia or any two or more of the following loss: foot, hand, sight, and an eye. So if you don't walk out of the ambulance and die, along with the loss of both hands, both feet, two eyes, your hearing, and your sight, you're not getting anything.
You don't get
We're literally reading. She's like, how do they even get it? Or you can get 3/4 of the policy if you lose one hand, one foot, or one eye. What? Like,
yes.
Oh my gosh, it's a mess. It's a mess.
But that is, that is how unfortunately a lot of us are living our life right now, Colby. We're walking around with not enough knowledge on things, and that brings me now to talk about our next topic, which is retirement investment. That's another investment that we're making through our employer that we have no idea what we're investing in, where they're putting our funds, right? So
Yep.
we have set up. We have no idea where they're putting our 401k money that's going into it, what we're investing in, if they even have, the level of support that we need as far as, watching the market and making sure that we are, gaining value on what we're
Yeah.
things like that. So, that's something that's also very alarming for me, and I'm like many who have learned this at an older age in my life,
Hmm.
right? So this is why this is also very important for us to talk about right now. So let's dive into that, right? Let's
Yeah.
talk first let's start with how much money do we think we need to retire?
Hmm. So there's something called an FIN number, FIN number. That is your financial independence number. And we actually do a complimentary financial needs analysis to find out how much coverage do you need, how much money will you need at retirement based on the income that you're making now. So that way you can live not just a comfortable life when retirement comes, but like a wealthy lifestyle. We're not just living to be comfortable. Sorry, guys. I don't know. So I have to convince my clients about this one. So many times I meet with clients and they're like, I just want to be comfortable. And I'm like, how much money is that a month? And they're like, oh, I guess I need like more than 5 grand a month. And I'm like, okay, great. So we need to get like $10,000 a month, during retirement for both of you. So how much money do you need at retirement? It's based on the lifestyle that you want to have. Some people, they retire and they want to travel. They want to hit their bucket list. They want to help people. They want to start orphanages. That's me. I'm the person that does it all. And then you have some people that are like, you know what? I want to just hang out. Like, I just want to be home. I want to maybe purchase a home and be comfortable. Whatever that means for them, we got to figure out how much money that's going to look like with the rates of interest and inflation, and come up with a game plan for them based on our customized program so that way they can actually get to that level.
Yes. Okay, absolutely. So listen, I we don't know where this economy is headed also, right? Maybe for us, people in my generation were born in the 80s, maybe we still have a chance to get retirement, right? To get social security or whatever. But there have been talks already that might not exist in the future. Okay, so we cannot rely on what the government is going to give us and things like that. We have to start literally taking control over our life, taking control over our finances, and actually choosing what it is that we want when we retire. Like Kobe said, you want to live a comfortable life. Okay, so what does that look like for you, right? Because even what you're making right now, you can say, oh, I'm comfortable, but think about it, are you really comfortable? Sometimes you're like, no, I need some extra bucks in my pocket. Like, okay, so like those are the things we have to start thinking about instead of being so scared to make those risks and investing our money, right? Definitely, if we're not in the right place to do so at the time, we can invest what we can, absolutely. But once, we start working and starting those businesses and those LLCs, okay, because that's very important too. You can get so many benefits from having a business and an LLC. And then we start building our income, start building our wealth and things like that, then we can start putting more money into our retirement. So this is so important. And just like with the life insurance, I want you guys to look at your 401k. Take a look at it, see exactly what it is where is your money going? Where's your money going? You need to know where your money's going. It's your money that they're taking out all the time, every single check. Okay. So I want us to start thinking like wealth. I want us to start thinking wealth. We cannot continue with this mindset that we are, whatever cards we have dealt, that is the way that our life is supposed to be. That is not true. There's so many different ways that we can, create income. There's so many different ways that we can invest and create generational wealth and things like that. So I want you guys to start thinking about those things, because we, for some reason, operate from a place of lack a lot. And it's like, no, we should not. We have so much opportunity. I know for me during the pandemic, but it's probably because I'm also type A and I'm like a little bit of a nerd. But during the pandemic, I kept telling everyone, every time I got on a live, to take advantage of the free workshops they were giving. So for example, people were having conversations like me and you are having right now, Colby. So people were dropping gems and knowledge on different areas on how to start a business, the different types of business structures, what are the benefits of each, really how to invest in real estate, how to invest in stocks and things like that. And I definitely was one of those people that was like listening and taking my notes and learning. And because of that, I've been able to get, to the place that I am right now. Of course, there's, a lot more goals that I want to reach, but I definitely have reached a lot of goals because I took that time to invest in myself, right? So that's what I want all of you guys to do. Just invest in yourself, invest in your knowledge, everything, and teach it to your family members, teach it to your children. Okay. So I want you guys to look at that. So yeah, take a look at your 401k and see where your money is going, because it may not be going in the right place and this may not benefit you in the long run. Okay. And it may not be gaining enough money throughout the times,
Yeah.
right? Throughout the so definitely take a look at it.
I'm going to add into that
Yes.
too. So for those of you guys that have plans at your job, again, congratulations. The fact that you even have something is a great, great thing. But here's the thing, your job is actually not allowed. It's like illegal for them to even give you recommendations on the retirement plans that they have because they're not licensed. So typically what we'll notice is that clients will like ask the oldest person that has worked there, like, oh, so-and-so, I know that you worked here for 20 years. What'd you get? And they don't know how to look at their enrollment. So they just circle everything and they copy it like a Scantron. They set it up. And then you just got the most conservative profile because, I don't know, Miss Susan is retiring next year, like that's not the right plan for you.
Yes.
So the main thing that you want to look at with your job retirement plan is what is the performance, and having someone like Sue book an appointment with Sue because she will absolutely help you create a plan that makes sense for your goals, that's customized for what you need, that's wrapped around your family's dynamic, so that way it makes sense for your plan. Because it doesn't make sense to buy something or get something from your job that you're going to be paying for every week or every 2 weeks, and it's not helping you down the line at all. Like if you're not getting a good interest rate of return, or you're not getting something that's going to help you later, why talk to Sue?
Absolutely. Yes, Colby, you are so right about that. All right, so let's see. There's so many good questions here. Let's see. Okay, how early should we start planning for our retirement?
Save early, save fast, and invest until it hurts. If I could tell every like 18-year-old who just got their first job to just put $25 a month away, there is a way for you to become a millionaire with a small amount of money, but you have to start early.
Yes.
Like you have to start early. So the saddest thing that I see is people will come to me in their 50s or late 40s or even 60s. I had one of my clients that's in his 70s. He did start with me, don't get me wrong. But it's like, I'm not really sure how you want me to help you when we only have 1 year left, or we only have 2 years left. So as early as possible, and even if you can only do $25 a month or $50 a month, I'm not saying that you're going to be, straight wealthy on a yacht, but creating that discipline for $25 a month at 18, 19, 25, 30 years old, it's going to create that I can do $25 a month to I can do $50 a month to I can do $25 a week. I can do $50 a week. And that turns into $200, $400 a month. And now all of a sudden you're maxing out your retirement plan at $6,000, $7,000 a year, which I know the IRS is about to change it again. Can't keep up with them. But now you're maxing out your retirement, and before you know it, you're going to turn around and say, oh my God, I have 6 figures saved. But it starts with just starting.
Yeah.
Don't wait. Just start. Be disciplined in the little, and you'll be, good with the much. It's a good book. You should read it.
Yes. Like you said, it might not be like, yacht luxury retirement, but you're going to have a peace of mind that you heard when you retire. And that is the biggest thing that I want all of us to think about. Also, I know that we have short-term investing. Maybe tell us a little bit about that too, because that's also a very good option for those who want to split their investments into long-term retirement and short-term.
So one of the things, I'm a financial advisor and I have all the licenses, all the pretty things that go on the back of a business card. But the most important thing is that you're looking at the goal that somebody has, because if someone says, Colby, I want to own a home next year, it's very important that your financial advisor is not putting you in some crazy aggressive account, because we're going into an election year and we're not trying to have your money disappear next year. There's going to be market volatility no matter what you put your money in. So when it comes to short-term accounts, we want to look at something that's not just conservative, but more income-based. So that way in the next 2 to 5, 10 years, you have money that has been consistently, gradually growing, regardless of the market ups and downs. Is your account giving you dividends? Is it giving you capital gains? Is it reinvesting your money? So there's a couple of things that we actually teach our clients, and all of our clients love it. We have like little kindergarten variation, little stories that we tell when we teach our clients stuff. So that way they don't feel like weird. Because sometimes, I know me, by the way, I dropped out of college because I just couldn't stick it out. But I got all my licenses. I have a lot of licenses that people may not have, and my headphones died. Can you still hear me?
Yes,
So
yes.
maybe it was just one of them. I'm gonna plug it in. So one of the cool things about our company is that we want to make sure that if your 5-year-old or 7-year-old walks in on one of our appointments, they're gonna feel good about learning about finances too. So we make our educational process for understanding money so fun, so cool. We even have picture books for adults. I love our company.
I
They
know.
just started putting out How Money Works booklet, which is so cool, because it just makes people feel like, oh, okay, I get this. I can understand it. Like, oh, I got this plan for my job and I don't know what the heck it says, but this company with Sue gives me like a whole picture book on how it works, and I feel good about teaching my kids and passing down legacy and helping them understand this stuff. So that, to answer that question, that's what I would say too.
Yes. And that is a very important thing. So when you're looking for, when you're investing in any type of thing, whether it's life insurance, retirement, anything, it's important to sit down with someone who shows you that level of care, who is
Yeah.
willing to you and guide you step by step so that you understand every single thing and you understand what's going on and you feel at ease. That is like one of the most important things. Okay. And I also love teaching the youth. Like, that is something that I'm passionate about too. I talk to my kids all the time. I'm like, listen, you guys have the best teacher on the planet. Okay. So take advantage of everything that your mom knows and apply it to your lives now. So by the time you get my age, you are way more covered than I am. Potentially could be retired by the time they get my age. So definitely I'm all about the youth. I have a couple of programs out now and a part of them, of course, is financial literacy. So I talk to the youth about that, and I teach them, little bits and tricks so that they can start thinking about it. So what should and let's see how much time we have, because I think Instagram kicks us out after an hour, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah. But this is great so far, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. And thank you so much, Colby, for joining me tonight. Yes, this is like really cool. I'm like chilling. I'm like, we should do this more often.
Yeah, I've never done a live, so I jumped into like one person's live and ended up leaving because I couldn't figure it out. So I was like, great, I gotta make sure I got it. But I'm definitely down for this, and these are such great questions that I'll probably do these more often.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll dive into everything business. So not only life insurance, retirement, we'll dive into, business planning. We'll dive into business funding, all of you guys want to know about, and also tax season. So I definitely want to go live on taxes before the end of the year, because we are gearing up and there are new tax laws for 2023. So we're definitely going to come back on and give you those updates. So really quick, what should a person's retirement portfolio include? I don't know if that's so simple to answer, but
yeah, it's a little bit complex because it's based on their age,
Mm-hmm.
based on their goals, it's based on risk tolerance. If they're younger, obviously you want it to be a diversified portfolio. Everybody's heard, don't put all your eggs
in one basket. That's like one of my things. I literally relate that to so many different things.
We hear that.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you have something to do your job, they give you like a little pie chart on your statement and it shows like different colors. Most people have an already like pre-managed kind of like a target fund, like, you know, the Vanguard 2060, meaning that you're going to retire in 2060. And Vanguard is just in charge of kind of coming up with a hogwash of a bunch of different companies. Sometimes that works for people and it's great. But if you could have a more customized plan based on your needs, your goals, what you want your life to look like, why not work with an advisor that's going to help you? Because most of the times the people that the job gives you is just one person that comes once a year. If you do try to call them, you have to wait on hold. 9 times out of 10, nobody even gets in touch with HR anyway. So why not meet with somebody privately like a Sue that can actually set one of these appointments up with you and actually coach you on how to get financial literacy for your family? So what should your portfolio look like? Lots of different things. It should have, I don't know, maybe a little bit of bonds, a little bit of stocks, but it really depends on what you need. It might be heavier on the equities and stock sides with big companies that are performing really well, or it might be heavier on the conservative side, if you know, bonds and things like that. So it really depends on the client, but you definitely want it to be diversified.
Yes, and I know that this may sound like a lot, guys. So I also don't want you to like be overwhelmed when you're thinking about all these things because again, you know, there are financial experts that you can speak to who are licensed to talk to you about these things, and they'll guide you through the process. Okay, again, really quickly. I do want to ask this because I feel like this is important. So for those who have their retirement plan set up with their employer, and they get a pension. What happens if their former employer goes bankrupt?
Ooh, all right. So we all remember what happened in 2008, the whole quote unquote stock market and all that, the recession. We all remember. I think I was in like 10th grade and I was like, I don't even know what this means. And my finance teacher was so hyped to tell us something that was happening in our generation. But here's the thing, if you have a pension, it's kind of like a broken stool. So think about if you were going to sit on a stool and it's supposed to have four legs and it only has three. You're probably going to fall if you're relying on those three-legged, three-legged stool. So the thing with the pension is that you're going to get money from this company for giving a certain amount of years for having work there. Now, when 2008 happened, just as an example with GM, they went out of business, but then they came back. They were bought out by the government or whatever happened with them. So just as an example, if the company had to make a choice, and it happened to my dad with American Airlines as well in 2010 when they declared bankruptcy. If there's a company that's offering you a pension and they say, hey, Sue, you're allowed to get this much money because you've worked with us for 30 years. And when you stop working, you get 60% of your paycheck for the rest of your life. That's basically essentially what a easy way to understand a pension is. If let's just use ABC company goes out of business and they have to decide, do we give all these people who we promised 60% of their income this money, or do we keep the company afloat? What do you think they're going to choose to give you your retirement money or keep ABC afloat?
Keep ABC afloat. And we've watched enough movies to know, okay? We've seen this happen a lot. So that's very dangerous. And yes.
Even in like the last couple of years, I think there's been 2 government shutdowns.
Yes.
So even I have a good job. I can't get fired from my good job. I have a good job with benefits. You better go set up your own private plan because you don't know if the government's going to shut down. You want to have your own plan that's stable, that's, you got your money tied up for yourself. You don't have to worry about what the job's got. So that's what I would do.
Well, thank you. Thank you for breaking that down because that question especially is of major concern to a lot of folks. So thank you for explaining that for us, and thank you for being here with me today.
Yes, I can't wait to do it again. I'm excited. This was great. Now I have a list of questions for my next live.
And I'm mostly excited, y'all, because we are going to build generational wealth, not just debt. No more generational debt. No more. You see what they try to do to us with the student loans and everything. They try to keep us in debt forever. No more. We are taking control over our finances. We are taking control over our lives, and we are going to live our life the way we want to live it. All right, guys? I don't know about y'all, but I know I am. And, I've teamed up with Kobe, and forget it, like sky's the limit.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so whoever's joining us, join us now. Now is the time to join us, okay?
Yes, definitely set up an appointment with Sue. This woman's just, her heart and her passion to serve is unlike anything that I've ever seen. And from the moment I met her, I'm like, I want to be in business with her. Like, she is just so, like, there is no gap of integrity. Like, she is who she says she is on every front, on social media, with her family, with her kids. And trust me, if you're looking for a coach that will help you with not just your finances, but helping you get to where you want to be in life, Sue's your girl. So make sure that you set up time with her, work with her, reach out to her, DM her, be the squeaky wheel so we can set up an appointment to actually see how we can serve you. So proud of you, Sue. Great
Thank
job.
you for that, Kobe. Thank you. I appreciate it. And you guys know all journeys aren't always, beautiful butterflies and flowers. I've definitely put in the time and put in the hard work to get to the point that I am at today. It wasn't always, I wasn't always making money. I wasn't always in a great financial place. But because I wasn't, that's what motivated me to keep harder and keep learning more and betting on myself and all of that, putting all that energy into myself because it was important for me to gain that knowledge. I have children too, and even if you don't have children, it's not only about having children, it's just about doing better for yourself, and that is I, definitely was focused on, and giving back, like you said. So everything that I absorbed, everything that I've learned, I definitely am a vessel, and I want to give it back to my community because I want everyone to thrive. My girls know, my inner circle, they know everything that I learn. I'm always like, I'm always spewing things out to them, so they know. But I hope it doesn't kick us out. Kobe, is there any way you can take like a quick screenshot so we can catch this moment?
I can try. I was just looking. So I was on my computer watching this because the thing, all I have is the
Okay, let me see
the comments.
see if I can.
I could try it.
All right, it's
Try
screen
it.
a little bit,
Try
so
it.
I can grab it from the screen record.
If I
All
can
right,
try it.
all right. So before they kick us out, if anyone has any questions, and thank you everyone who popped in, popped out, listened to us a little bit, stayed the entire time. Thank you so much for that. I actually like this. I want to do it more often. So any questions centered around business that you guys have for me, even if it's in your career, personal, professional development, anything, definitely reach out to me and, we'll have those discussions. You guys also know that I have the podcast, which Kobe's going to come on to next month. Yay!
I'm so excited about that. Like, really.
And if you guys, again, have any topics that you guys want us to cover, definitely reach out to me and let me know. We hope to be doing a live or to start doing some live tapings in the new year. So for that, because that will be super fun. And yeah, my girls are doing amazing things too. They're also running their businesses. They're launching new products next year. So, definitely check us out. I know that there's, a plethora of platforms out there, and podcasts and, different things like that. But we do have something very solid in place. And, the energy, information, community, love, support, passion, everything that, we're pouring into our platforms and we're sharing with you guys is definitely coming from the heart. So, check it out. And I think that's it. That's all we got for you guys.
Yeah. You want to do a picture? I figured it out.
Oh, okay, good. All right, let me pose. Yeah.
I did it. Yeah. I don't know what I did, but I'll send it to you afterwards.
All right, y'all. Thank you, Kobe, so much. And let me also give you your flowers. You are amazing. Your energy is contagious, infectious. I love it. And I love that I can be my authentic self with you because, I'm type A. So I know sometimes I'm like, Kobe, I'm so stressed. I'm busy. I can't right now. So thank you for, being so great and, rallying up behind us and giving us that motivation and push that we need. I really appreciate you for that. And I can't wait to build with you. Yes.
We're going to do something really special, and I can't wait to see all the people that join in. So have a wonderful night, everybody. And we'll see you guys soon.
Yes, have a good night and keep it positive, okay? Positive energy all day, every day, okay? What you give out is what you get back. So make sure you're putting out some positive energy. All right, guys? Have a good night. Bye, Kobe. Yay. Oh, this is so awesome. All right, I'm going to stay a little while here with you guys because Instagram has not kicked me out yet. but I think I have a couple minutes. It's probably because I started a little after 8. But I didn't get to wave at all you guys, but thank you guys for joining and sitting here with me. Again, this is very important. So I'm going to be having a lot of these conversations on Instagram, and they won't always be so serious and business, but that's definitely something that I'm passionate about. So a lot of them will be, but also we'll have some fun conversations too. We'll talk about just mental health, relationships, all that good stuff. So thank you guys for being on here with me and sitting in on this conversation. I'm like really comfy today. I'm in my PJs. So I just wanted to have like a really dope, relaxed conversation with you guys this evening. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and we'll be back soon. Okay. I'm actually enjoying this more than I thought I would, because I get really nervous. So thank you guys. And I think I'm gonna end it, right? If you guys don't have any questions, comments, concerns, anything to add, then I'm gonna let you guys go. Have a good night. It's like the middle of the week. It is hump day. We're almost getting through. So keep pushing through, y'all. You guys got this. All right. Later.